Hi everybody and welcome to David's Garage. Today we're going to be unboxing the Coyote Rough Out boot by the Truman Boot Company on their 79 last. So this is Coyote Rough Out by the Truman Boot Company on their 79 last. I actually really like this color more than I like the dark Coyote Rough Out color. So you can see it's got a cap toe. It's not a true cap toe. From my understanding, Truman, what they do is they cut the vamp right there and they sew on an additional piece of leather. Even though it does have a little bit of a bump, looks like it may actually, it does look like it's an extra piece of leather, but I'm pretty sure it's not a true cap toe. It is 270-degree Goodyear welted and is on their proprietary Commando lug sole. I actually like their 79 last. It actually fits me really well. I really like the build and the makeup of this boot and the way it looks. I really like this leather. Almost reminds me of the Natural Chrome Excel Rough Out. But oh look, it is. And this was actually, I wasn't expecting this. This is a partially gusseted tongue. I don't think I've seen that on a Truman boot before. I'm sure they've done it on other models, but for me, this is the first time I actually saw it on a Truman boot. I really like Truman. I think, you know, their quality, I think, is always top notch. And they have also really nice leather selections. So this leather is from the Seidel Tanning Company from Wisconsin. And on Truman's website, they say that it's a military spec leather that is waterproof. I think that's what I think they do say it's waterproof, but I'm not going to be walking through any puddles or rivers with these things. Comes with their leather laces and cotton wax laces. Let's take a look at the other boot. Let's take a look at the inside. You can see there's the smooth part of the leather on the inside. This is the flesh side, the rough out. I think this looks like a really cool boot. I love the Coyote Rough Out. I love the color. I like that it's got 5 eyelets and 2 speed hooks. Stitching looks really clean on these. You know, they do like almost like I think it's like a light brown cream colored stitch for the welt. And then looks like on the boot itself, yeah, it looks like also like a beige or cream colored stitch. I don't know about you guys, but I go back and forth on how I feel about the look of the 79 last. Sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, wow, that is a really nice looking boot. And then some days I'm like, it's like a little too sleek for my taste. But I always go back and forth on how I feel about the 79 last and how it looks. But I know the 79 last does fit me well. I'm really happy with this makeup. I really like the leather, the cap toe, the black lug. I even like this like medium brown finish on the sides. And actually nicely surprised that it's a partially gusseted tongue. You can see inside the boot, leather lined in the toe vamp. I'm almost positive they do use a leather heel counter. So with this boot, they do like I said, a 270-degree Goodyear welt. I'm almost positive they use cork, and then it's a steel shank under the footbed, which is a leather footbed. So this leather actually feels pretty firm, but they use the same leather on the tongue, which is nice, but it is it does feel quite stiff. You know, it definitely feels like a nice leather that I can beat up. So for this leather, I'm really just going to spray it with this leather protector from Red Wing, probably like once or twice a year. But for rough out leathers, you really don't need to do much to maintain them except spray them with like a suede or rough out leather protector. And that's pretty much all you need to do. And, you know, brush them every so often. Or if they get dirt or mud on them, definitely brush that off, because the rocks and the dirt can get, you know, wedged inside the rough out and can, you know, eat at the boots. So it's always good to brush off rough out if it gets caked in dirt or mud. All right, let's try these bad boys on. These fit really nicely. I'm the same size in these as my Iron Rangers. They fit very similar to my Iron Rangers. So I am a 10.5 in most of my shoes. Just my average shoe size is 10.5. But in Heritage boots, I get 10D. So in my Red Wings, I'm a 10D. They fit me perfectly. And these are a 10D and they fit me perfectly. I don't know if you saw my video of their boot in Natural Cypress on their 20 last. So the 20 last has a bulbous toe and a little bit wider in the toe box and a little bit slimmer in the waist. I think I can confirm the 79 last, even though it has a pointier toe, I don't think this toe box is tight. I still have plenty of room. The waist definitely doesn't hug my foot as grippy as the 20 last. So the tongue is very stiff. I do appreciate Truman using the same leather in the tongue. I can tell this leather is definitely going to need some breaking in because it is quite stiff. I'm just using, some extra laces I have lying around, but I think it would be a good idea to probably use leather laces because it'll probably make breaking in this tongue a lot easier. Truman boots don't have high arches, so you're just going to get your average arch support just like in any Truman boot and Red Wing Iron Ranger. I really like Truman boots. I think they have a really nice leather selection. Not all their leathers are something that I would get and wear. I just know that when I get a Truman boot, their finishing is going to be great. The build quality is going to be top notch. And when they say this leather is a military spec leather, it makes me really want to test this leather out and really beat it up. So I'm excited for that. Get ready for the break-in on the tongue. It's going to feel stiff because these feel quite stiff and it's all right here. But all right, well, that's everything I got for you guys today. I do appreciate you watching and I'll see you on the next video.